ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु तेने ब्रह्म हृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, chapter number 30, verse 21. This is Maitreya describing the meeting between Lord and the Prachetas. Prachetas, they were performing austerities inside the ocean for 10,000 years, and then Lord appeared to them. And he was very pleased with their good heart, devotional mood, cooperative mind. So he spoke to them very sweetly, affectionately, and blessed them that they can remain happily on earth for 3,000 years, as Vishnath Chakravarti Thakur has commented. And they will get a nice wife, common wife for all of them, and a nice son will be born to them. And then they will go to the Lord. So now Maitreya, he speaks this. Evam brahmanam purushartha bhajanam janardanam pranjalaya prachetasaha taddarsana dhvasta tamo rajo malaha giragrunan gadgadaya sruhittama. So at that time, when Lord was speaking in this manner to the Prachetas, they spoke with their folded hands to the Lord, who is the perfection of Purushartha, or the human pursuits. Their hearts have become completely free from any trace of tamas or rajas, and their voice was faltering because of love manifest towards the Lord. So they recited some nice prayers in the upcoming verses. So again here it is said that they became free from tamas and rajas by his darshan. And earlier also we read a similar statement that by seeing him or by performing bhakti they will become purified in heart. If you remember that. Mayanapinya bhaktya pakku gunashaya upashyatha madhami nirvidya niryadata. Lord said that by performing devotion you will become purified and then you will come to my abode. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has commented that they were already pure because it is not possible that Lord manifest to them if they were not pure-hearted. So he had given the other meaning that this Pakku Gunasaya was like an invocation to them, that those who were already pure in heart, Lord spoke to them in the following. And again here it looks like that they became free from tamas and rajas. So again same question comes, that from where tamas and rajas came in them. Because they are seeing the Lord, Lord is blessing them. So therefore he changes this meaning. He says Purusharthanam bhajanam patram dhvasta tamo rajaso api yad darshanat amalaha adarshana dukha malinya rahita ityartha. So he said the meaning of this, that they became free from tamas and rajas, is that they were having some distress in their heart by not seeing the Lord. That is the amala or impurity. And now by, not amala but mala, and now by seeing the Lord, they became free from that distress, and that's what it means. That these people who were already free from rajas and tamas, they were feeling distress in their heart, and that was like an impurity. That is the meaning of the word mala. So now that was gone by seeing the Lord. Otherwise, same doubt can be raised, that how could they have rajas and tamas. So now prachetas, they are speaking. Prachetasa uchuhu. Namo namaha klesha vinasanaya nirupito udara gunavayaya manovacho vega purojavaya sarvaksha margairagatatdhane namaha. They said that we pay our respect to you, O Lord, again and again. You are the destroyer of all miseries or sufferings of your devotees. Your qualities and your names, they are described in the Vedas. And you move faster than mind and speech. Your speed is faster than them. And it is not possible to reach you through the senses. You are beyond sense perception. So in these verses they are describing the characteristic of the Lord, that all the suffering is destroyed by Him. So He is called Klesa Vinasana, because by seeing the Lord all the impurities, ignorance is removed. All suffering is there because of forgetfulness of the Lord. Bhaya dutiyam abhinivestasya ishadapetasya viparya smriti. When we are in forgetfulness of the Lord, then we become absorbed, we identify with the material body. And then there is fear. So mostly the suffering is fear. Everyone is having some fear of losing what they have, or what they could have, they will not get it. So this is all because of forgetfulness of the Lord. Earlier it was described that the suffering comes from avidya. Avidya is the root cause of all suffering. And here it is described tad darsana dhvasta tamo rajomala, that by seeing the Lord one becomes purified. Sri Goswami has also analyzed in Bhakti Sandarbha in the very beginning, that when he begins analyzing that what actually is the process to realize our relationship with the Lord. Because first he talks about the relationship, how to realize that relationship. So he says that the problem is that we are in ignorance about the Lord. And this ignorance has no beginning. So he says sansarga bhav. It's a type of abhava or non-existence which has no beginning. Pragabhava. Which also means that it is not eternal, it can come to an end. There are 4 types of abhavas, and one of them is pragabhava. And pragabhava is that which has no beginning but can have an end. So that end comes when one has darshan of the Lord, and the process is bhakti. Therefore it says, because it is lack of knowledge, then the process is to have that knowledge, and that is through bhakti. So for that reason he is called here as klesha vinasana. And the only way we can get knowledge about the Lord is from the scriptures. Nirupita udara gunavayaya. His name, his qualities, they are described in the Vedas. Otherwise it will not be possible to know. Outside the Vedas, we don't know the name of the God. If you read Bible, Quran, there is no name of God there. So Vedas describe his various names. He is called Sahasranam. He has thousands of names. And Ananta Guna, Kalyana Guna, unlimited qualities. And Mano Vacho Vega Purojavaya. He moves faster than mind and speech because he is everywhere. Before our mind reaches somewhere, he is already present. And beyond the senses. Because our senses, which are 5, they can only experience the 5 material elements, nothing beyond that. So Nirupita Vedai Rukta Udara Guna Avyanamaniche. Also his name and qualities are called Udar. Udar means generous or benefactor, charitable, because this name can grant Lord himself. He is so generous. Tasmai manovasso vegadapi purvagrito jave vegoyasya. So to him they are paying their own senses. Suddhaya Shantaya Namah Swanisthaya Manasya Partham Vilasadvayaya Namo Jagat Sthana Layodeshu Grihita Maya Guna Vigrahaya. Again they are paying obeisances to the Lord who is pure, because he is not mixed with Prakriti, and Shantaya, who is peaceful, and Swanisthaya Manasi Apartham Vilasad Dvayaya, and he is situated in himself, and Manasi Apartham Vilasad Dvayaya. So this apartha or unwanted things, they are manifest here as dualities in this material world. He is the source of these things, but all this manifestation is useless because it makes one forget the Lord. And it is by his power that he manifests forms of creator, maintainer and destroyer as Lord Shiva, Brahma and Vishnu. मनसि अपार्थम निष्प्रयोजनम विलसद देदीप्यमानम अपि द्वयम दैतम यस्मात् तस्मै. So he says that this dvait, this duality which manifests in the mind, this is all coming from him. So actually the duality is not in the world, it is in the mind. Because there are objects outside. So these objects are neither good or bad. It's only according to the characteristic of our mind that they appear good or bad. When the object is perceived in the mind, then immediately you make a concept that whether we like it or we don't like. So indriyasya indriyasya artha hai raga dvesho vyavasthita. This raga and dvesha are situated about the object of the senses, but really raga dvesha is in the mind. So avidya asmita raga dvesha abhinivesa panchaklesha. It's 5 problems beginning from avidya. Because of avidya there is asmita, identification with the body, and identification with body means identification with the mind or chitta, and then raga and dvesha come, because our body is naturally something it is considered as favorable and some things unfavorable. It is too hot or too cold, then it does not like that. So immediately there is raga and dvesha generated. So he therefore says that manasi apartham vilasadvaya. That this duality is actually in the mind, but it is apartha. So apartha means not purposeful, not beneficial. यम प्राप्तानाम मनसि विदविद भोग युक्तम अपि जगत निष्प्रयोजनम एव स्यादिति. So he says that once somebody attains the Lord, then all these objects become purposeless. That's why he is calling them apartha. Because one can say that why you say that these objects are purposeless? Because people are utilizing them, they are happy, or they feel comfortable with them. So he says that one who has attained the Lord, for him they become purposeless, because he loses all interest in them. Unless they are used in the service of the Lord, then he may have interest, but that is not for his own enjoyment. So he calls them as apartha. And grihita maya gunmaya brahma indra rudra rupa vigraha yena tasmi. So he says that the various forms which Lord has taken, such as Brahma, Indra, Rudra, so these are the various forms which Lord has taken in Maya Guna. So he is only applying this Maya Guna Grihita Vigraha on the Devas, not on Vishnu. It includes Brahma and Rudra and Indra, but not Lord Vishnu, because Vishnu's body is transcendental. So Visuddha Sattva. So it does not include that. Namo Visuddha Sattvaya Hariye Harimedhase Vasudevaya Krishnaya Prabhuve Sarva Sattvatam. All obeisances to Lord Hari or Krishna, whose body is Vishuddha Sattva, purely transcendental, who is also called Hari Medhas. Harati Sansaram Medha Jnanam Yasya Tasmi Hari Medhas. Hari is Lord Krishna and Medas is knowledge. But here the meaning is that one who has knowledge about him, then his samsara is taken away. So Harati Sansaram Jnanam Yasya Tasmai Hari Medase Namah. And he is called Vasudeva because he is existing in everybody, and Krishna because he is all attractive, and Prabhuve means he is the master, Sarva Sattvatam, all the devotees. Namaha Kamal Nabhaya, Namaha Kamal Maline, Namaha Kamal Padaya, Namaste Kamalekshana. So this Kamal or lotus is very popular simile given to the Lord's limbs. Any parts of Lord's body are described, they are always compared to lotus flower. So lotus flower has some characteristic, and one of them is that it is above the water. It remains above the troubled waters. And although it remains in the water, it is fresh, blooming, and not getting any dirt from the below. And it blooms with the sunlight, which means it's a symbol of knowledge. So Namaha Kamal Nabhaya, obeisances to the Lord, whose navel gives birth to the lotus flower from which Brahma takes birth. So it's called lotus navel. Namaha Kamal Maline, it's called Kamal Mali because he wears a garland made from lotus flowers. Namaha Kamal Padaya, his feet are called lotus feet because there is a symbol of lotus on the soles of his feet. And Namaste Kamalekshana, and he is called lotus eyed because his eyes resemble the lotus petal. Or the inner part of his eyes are like the inner leaves of the lotus, little pinkish in color. Namaha Kamal Kinjal Kapisanga Mala Vasase Sarva Bhuta Nivasaya Namo Ayumshami Sakshine. And then he says, my obeisances to the Lord, who has his dress which is yellow like the saffron inside the lotus flower. And Sarva Bhuta Nivasaya, he is the residence of all living beings, and he is the witness of everyone's actions. So whatever activities we are performing, he is witnessing them. And therefore, he gives the result of those activities. Rupam Bhagavatatvetad Asesha Klesha Sanshayam Aviskritam Niklishtanam Kimanyadankampitam. He says that, my dear Lord, you have manifested this form which destroys all miseries of the suffering living beings, and you have manifested this form, and this is your great grace on us. There is no commentary on these verses. So he says that you, Lord, had asked that you take some boon from me. So they are saying that you have manifested this wonderful form in front of us, and this has destroyed all our suffering. So this is the boon itself. We don't need anything more. एतावत्त्वं हि विभुर्भिर्भाव्यं दीनेषु वत्सलैः यदनुस्मर्यते काले सबुद्ध्या भद्ररन्धना. So he says that, O Lord, who destroys all inauspicious qualities and activities of his devotees, we pray to you that